Right, hi everyone. This is today's twin flame trauma release. And it's Saturday, guys, so I don't really want to be sitting here too long, but I don't know, probably I'm not in too much of a hurry because I was going to get out a walk and then I was just like, nah, I don't know why I'm making myself go a walk at the weekend when I never usually like to go out because it's too busy. Wow, there's a massive spider web in my window glimmering in the sun. But we know what spider webs mean, unfortunately. If you don't know what spider webs mean, it means spell work. And it is a giant one. And the thing that's quite interesting is I also noticed a big spider web in my kitchen. So with the way that they're talking to me, you know, the fact that that's the second spider web I've been drawn to today, I'm just looking up. These are quite high ceilings, they usually do. Nah, there's none up there. Because this is like, you know, outside the window I'm talking about, but in the kitchen it was actually on the inside. But right, okay. Anyway, is the microphone on? Yeah. So if you're watching this for real time on the 12th of, I was going to say 12th of January, fucking hell, that's my nana's birthday though. maybe again, there are no mistakes around here. I feel the ancestors are, you know, really close around the unions, guiding the unions, protecting the unions. Because like I said, I just feel like with a combination of like shocking, surprising, twisting, turning energy with astrology, loads of different things that I mentioned on the recent live streams. I'll probably mention it again in here. Yeah, I just feel this could be quite a, you know, I don't know, just quite a shocker of a weekend for either internally epiphanies going on within you, or you and your person, or like actual things happening. So I'm just picking up the block cards, just so I didn't have them there. So right, I'm on the squeaky couch, so you can hear me squeaking, and you will be able to hear it squeaking about because of the mic, I think. Right, so can't be arsed tidying this up, you know what I mean? Like, that's actually because I've decided to not go out, because basically I'm going to go out, but I'm just not going to go out a walk. Basically, I'm going to tidy up the cards on the floor before I go out, yeah. So, it's just with that bleeding heat, there's no way getting a lie in. That fucking heat was... Of course, it didn't help that I didn't shut the curtain. I normally shut the curtain, I didn't shut the curtain, so it was like... Because it was meant to make me get up, which did make me get up. So I'm going to do that other times, but it didn't make me go out. It's just that heat. I thought I can't actually face that again that soon. Lust, not love. Passion isn't the same as lasting love. Don't get sucked in by just good sex. Well, fucking say what you mean by, don't you? So that's the divine feminine card, but that could also be the masculine's feminine side. But I'm going to pull that. I was actually going to talk about the other cards, what we've got for the masculine. Indecision. You're afraid to make a mistake, so you won't commit either way. And look, we've still got indecision kicking about around here. Indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of my life, so all of that could be relevant. But I was actually going to talk about these ones first. So a few cards fell off the table before I started, and this one caught my eye. It's never truly the end, beloved. In this, everything will be okay. So whatever that means to anyone. So that might be, you know, the ancestors that are supporting you with something. Then also homing me in on that. Where are they? I'm going to shuffle them. Here they are. Yeah, so, and that was homing me into Kundalini activation, because I said that in the shorts for today, that I've titled it something like a surge of energy. Like, it feels like it's strong Kundalini surges of energy. Feels like, you know, like it feels like electric energy, that kind of Uranus energy in the air. So we've got Moon in Aquarius, so that's the electrical energy, and of course Uranus going newly into Gemini is still the big thing, especially if you've got early Gemini stuff going on, or early Sagittarius, because that would be opposite. But yeah, what is it? Moon in Aquarius is opposite Mercury in Leo, and we're not very far away, less than a week away from 5 days away. Yeah, 5 days away from the Mercury retrograde in Leo. So, like I say all the time, Mercury retrograde can be dramatic, whatever sign it's in, and Mercury in Leo, dramatic, direct. You know, so yeah, Mercury retrograde in Leo. Grab the popcorn. There's going to be entertainment, drama. You know, good, bad, whatever. I just think it won't be boring. So if you don't like that, you know, if you don't like the bad kind of drama, gossip and all that, I would kind of lay low. But if you do like that and you like a bigger, then it's, you know, you're gonna be fucking entertained. But right, okay, so yeah, whatever that all means. So let's get them out of the way. So we've already pulled them. So you say you want a lover, but you're not all in. Take time to figure out what you want. Oh my God, that goes with indecision. So ambivalent, that says. So, right. I've kind of been half remembering to pull those cards and then I forget. So let's pull a question card. Nobody's answering anyway, but I'll keep doing it until someone does. Is there something I should give up or let go of so that I can move forward? Even if you're might be quite a good thumbnail. Well, look, and then that's in the shot again. Some good shit is about to happen. Like, so maybe it's just so that you think about it, you know, like, is there something that you need to let go of? Oh, wait a minute. Fucking hell, right. Now I wish I had fucking tidied this up before. Oh, look what's kicking about. I'm coming. I'm sorry for everything I said and did. I'm promise I'll make it right between us. I'm coming back. So that could still be relevant, but we'll put them back and use them at some. Oh my God, there's actually quite a lot of the. Yeah, I should have just tidied up before I started, but whatever, we started now. Right. So let's do the block cards. So might be longer than 15 minutes of me faffing about. What have we got for, and the energy of Moon conjunct Pluto is still about too. So piercing truths. Again, it just feels like huge epiphany energy going on. And there's always a bit of that going on somewhere, but it feels very present with that full moon illuminating stuff from the subconscious. Like it could, and then I just feel with Mercury retrograde being 5 days away, it could be, you know, like even if people don't know what that's all about, there could just be this sense of needing to clear things up before it gets even more complicated kind of energy. But like I said, if you actually know what it is and you know what it does and that it does complicate things more, if you can clear up confusion before that, very wise to. But it's not always possible to do that, is it? Right, okay. Divine timing. What have we got for divine feminine? Rejection. So again, there could be, I don't know, you could be having memories of times of when you've been rejected. You could be, I don't know, just feeling rejected in general. Like, you know, you're not, when we home it in on twin flames, like, you know, like you're just not a factor in this person's life. That can feel, well, it doesn't feel great, does it? You're just kind of, you know what I mean? Like, I think we all know what rejection feels like. And then that can also be the divine feminine, the divine masculine's feelings too. So the divine masculine could be feeling like how I just described. They could be feeling like, you know, there's not a place for them in your life. So either you feel like that or they feel like that, or this isn't yours, right? And this is a crown chakra card too. So again, this feels like that is, maybe this is like a divine masculine thinking about what it must have felt like for them to reject you. It's all very deep stuff. So, and again, I think that would come through with the Moon conjunct Pluto. Even the Moon opposite Mercury could make you kind of, because that can kind of scramble you a little bit. Like you could be pulled in different directions, like not really tuning in to your feelings very well, especially because Aquarius is air. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's just because it's the opposite signs. You could be getting pulled in different directions, right? So, masculine, impasse. Wow, that one again. Full moon as well, and we're still in the full moon energy. So, the masculine's at an impasse again. You know what I mean? And they could be praying. So, this is crown chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus. So the masculine, so again, remember, this is the blocks, unless you feel like you've cleared that energy, but my intention is it's the block, you know. So divine feminine, yeah, at the crown chakra, I feel like there could be something that's getting blocked at the crown chakra. Like you feel like you're not, I don't know. That's weird. And it's like, you know, when they would just give me the word, they're not giving me the word. It's like, so you insert what it feels like, but you know that you feel a bit, it feels confused. There's a card like that that's called Confusion. I think that came out yesterday or recently, but it just feels foggy. That's the word I want to use. Like something's not clear. For the masculine, you feel like, you know, you can't go any further. You know, you're at an impasse, it's blocked. But the full moon, again, didn't I think recently, that was what I said. It felt, if this feels like to do with karmic situations, this person feels like the roads is closed, you know, like that's done. Like there's no more indecision. It feels like this person's made their indecision and they're praying for where to get the strength at the solar plexus to move forward to where they want to go. Right, okay, we'll go with that. And then how does this fit in? Because I normally pull these after. Lust, not love. Passion isn't the same as lasting love. Don't get sucked in by just good sex. Yeah, so you see what I mean? Like I can now see it's like, especially because I forget the word in. I think in the past, the masculine has chose to follow lust because the sacral chakra is that. And then they've rejected the divine feminine. And now though, it's like the message is, you know, don't get sucked into something that isn't worth it, you know. It's not lasting. But again, some people do. That is sometimes what all people want. So each their own. But this is a twin flame journey, so we're sticking with it. It's not worth it. But indecision. So I feel that's what they're saying. Although that came out in the feminine side. But again, be careful that for divine feminines, it means reject things that are just lusty. If that's all somebody wants you for, it's not worth it, you know. But look, I feel that, you know, you're afraid to make a mistake, so you won't commit either way. I feel that's where, like I said, some masculines could be stuck in indecision and praying for answers of how to get out of indecision, right? So however it all fits, but we can't be here all day kind of thing. Right, so I did actually want to use these cards, and I think I'll put these back because I'm going to film tomorrow's as well, so that I don't want to really film. I'm actually, where possible, I think from Monday, I'm going to try and film as many as I can for the next couple of weeks so that I'm not filming in real time, because the further on it gets into Cancer season, I just can't be fucking arsed. So, and if it's going to be this hot, I think I'd rather just have them all ready to go and not be filming them on the day. Right, so, like all the videos, I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'll still do the live streams or whatever, but I can't bother filming these other ones. Right, so give us a card for the feminine. Pioneer, so you're a pioneer of some kind, but again, look, the light bulb moments. So isn't that interesting? That's interesting. So with what I said with that one about there's a block foggy at the crown chakra, I feel you're going to have a light bulb moment. You're going to get the answer or something. Passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. So yeah, you don't follow the path taken. You create, you know, you're trailblazer. You create a new path. Shadow is compulsive need to keep moving on. So again, so that could be relevant to the masculine too. You could also be a trailblazer, have lots of different ideas. Interesting, I was saying about the Uranus electrical energy, and we've got a light bulb. But in compulsive need to keep moving on. So this person could have just, you know, once the passion died in a connection, like, you know, moving on to the next kind of thing, like that. Somebody that's chasing the next high, which reminds me of that song, Chasing the Original High. And then that reminds me of somebody wanting a divine feminine, because it's like, you know, the OG, the original, the real one. Would the real Slim Shady please stand up? So maybe, yeah, there's no coincidence. Maybe this is a group of masculines that's working out. They chose, you know, same old. They chose the wrong person. Like, they chose the person that's not the person they were meant to choose. And it could have been in a serious way if it feels like it's, you know, really confusing this person, especially because domestic harmony is popping out. So maybe it's not domestic harmony, do you know what I mean? Right, so masculine. seeker, thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are, inability to commit to a path once found. Holy shit. So now I see why they got me to use these cards. Look how much they fit. Compulsive need to keep moving on, inability to commit to a path once found. So it's like, yeah, this person's such a pioneer and a seeker that, you know, they don't hang around too long in the same place. Or for people where it's like you do stay in the same place, or your person does, they're not all in, you know, they're not, they might be there physically, but they're not there. Well, they're definitely not there in their heart if you're connected with this, because this is twin flames. So the person wants, you know what I mean, they want the twin flame. It doesn't always mean they're going to do something about it. Right, okay, so give us a wee bit of deets from this, and then I'll call it a day on this one, because it's pretty, just seems like the standard message that comes out all the fucking time, you know. It's they just, again, it's the heat, guys, but it's true. It's just, it gets so repetitive, it just gets so boring. That's the message, that's the message. I just leapt out. You're fucking kidding. Right, okay, so clearly we need to put this in the, like, where is that? That's nuts. Where is that? Look. What in the actual? Indecisive, indecision, indecision. Is there something you need to, is there something that you should give up or let go of so you can move forward? How about the indecision? Fucking hell. That's pretty nuts. Oh, fuck off. Maybe that's how this person feels. Right, I'm going to put them aside to get the, definitely putting that in the thumbnail though, that's, and I think I'll just put these aside too. I wonder if that, I feel like that everything is, wait a minute, I feel like that everything is fine card might come out, because it feels like everything isn't fine. Right, so anyway, indecision leapt out as you saw, and I've put aside for the thumbnail. So that feels like that is the masculines in that energy. So hopeless, sinking, despair, falling apart. That feels like that is also the masculine, because they've again, they were indecisive and they've chose the karmic path. I'm not going to say the wrong path, because like I say with time, you went that way to learn the lessons, but they feel like, what have I done? Yeah, this person's heart chakra was closed and they held back and they chose the other person. I should have expressed myself better, but now they've got an open heart, receptive, empathy, vulnerable. Basically, now they're in their own divine feminine and they want their own divine feminine. That's what it feels like. And that fits with the short. Yeah, very overwhelmed, distressed from this is draining me. That one came out in the shorts. But in the past, they could have ran and said something like this. You know, well, they ran. We have too many differences. And also this person could have been hyper-focused on money. You know what I mean? Like, because they were in distorted energy and they were being shallow, but they're not anymore. God, they're really telling you. Cloudy judgment. So look, divine feminine said no. Look, no, drawing the line enough. Because you saw it as a curse, hex, witchcraft, negative mind. So again, that's pretty rough energy, but it's like, I think what they mean is, it's like, you know, the divine feminine energy saw that this person had such a negative mindset that they weren't going to shift it anytime soon. Yeah, like you had to let your person go through what they had to go through. But also, I mean, it could be that people have been actually getting jiggery, pokery, fuckery done on them, do you know what I mean? Like, fucking all the weirdos that do spell work and shit like that. Right, so I clear that. If you're new around here, I clear the people that interfere with others' free will. Right, so, because again, proper manifesting is when you're setting intention and you're putting it out there what you want, and you're open to that matching up and aligning with whatever the other person wants. Meaning, if it's things to do with love, your values and intentions and your prayers will only match up if the other person wants that too. And if you're both taking action towards it, following your intuition, all that kind of jazz. Right, let's see, where is divine feminine at then? So, you could be feeling a bit out of balance. Temperance, that's the twin flame card, but it's come out reverse. You could be feeling a wee bit out of balance, and that's the truth. But either you've already got truth and clarity about something, or they're telling you, because the block was foggy-minded, the truth and the clarity is coming. So I wonder if the truth and the clarity that's coming is the masculine bringing the truth and clarity, because although all these indecisive cards are coming out, it feels like some are not in the indecision anymore. Right, let's see. And then, I don't know if you heard that, but there was a whole load of cheering outside when I said that. The timing was quite funny. Right, they're drawing me to the wolf on the back of a card down there too, so that's following your intuition. And also, so many synchronicities. Intuition's peeking out. Also, it's waiting for the right time to act, you know, really tuning in. So, yeah, this masculine has been focused on self-love, pouring into themselves, where they poured all of their energy into the karmic situation. It feels like they've been pouring into themselves, trying to put stress, worry, trauma, grief behind them. 9 of Swords. So this is sleepless nights. Yeah, that's not good. 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords. Like this person, wow, that's indecision. So I'm keeping that one out. This person has been stuck in indecision. Wounded warrior. They've went through a lot, or you have, with the devil. Wow. Yeah, so they've went through some kind of dark, toxic situation. That could even be, and so this person, that's the person coming in with the truth. You know, I said I felt that's the person coming in with the truth. Yeah, look, with a third party. So that could actually be like partying too hard to the wrong people. I don't know why I'm getting that, but look, 5 of Swords, mind games. 5 of Cups, wasn't worth it. Sadness, loss, depression. Oh my God, a lot of 5s. Fuck, look, 5. 5, 5, 5. Like, this is stress, you know, that's stress. This person's got everything they need to get themselves out of this. So if you are this person, you have got everything you need to get yourself out of it, but you feel like you don't, you feel like you're stuck in a karmic cycle. But the Tower's about to hit, and it's going to crumble all this down because it needs to do that. And if it's anything to do with family situations, it's unhappy family situations, right? That could actually fit with what I channeled last night. I'm just realising, right? That's pretty cool that 555 came out. This looks like it's going to be, that's too many cards for a thumbnail though. I think I'll put them there. Right, we don't need too many more. It really does seem, if it's yours, it'll make sense kind of thing. If it doesn't make sense, it's not yours. Don't overcomplicate this. Right. Or you don't know about it, you know, it could, again, because it does say foggy. You know, it could be yours and you don't even know, and then you realise later it was yours. Right, so past, present, future, and all that. So let's just see what cards come out from the masculine. The one that was on the top when I picked up the shuffle was in denial. Like, you know, I was in denial. I've always loved you. I was a coward for not admitting it. So it seems like the general just going on as well. I regret what I did to you. Kind of similar. And we've got, I'm sorry I couldn't be what you needed me to be. So that's why I went the other way. I know we have a soul connection. I should have fought for you. So again, this could be that this person knew you had a soul connection, and you know they regret it because they knew you had a soul connection, but they weren't ready yet, and now they're like, but I wish I had tried to be. I don't want to be toxic anymore. And then you see that's why the devil came out. It could be the person themselves was in a devil energy, attracting other people in that energy. But I'm on my way to you. That's coming out so much. But that makes sense to me. Look, I'm on my way to you because I'm understanding. It's like, I'm in love with you. Wow, I love when that combo comes out. Yep, they just pull me to I'm understanding again. So, yeah. I think I'll leave that one there. That I don't know what I'm going to do for the thumbnail, but I just want to end that there so that I can do tomorrow's one, because that's Neptune going retrograde. So, oh, that could be the fogginess actually. That would technically, for a lot of people, that could be the fogginess clearing. But it just depends what's going on. But yeah, that could be that energy coming in already with what I've said. But yeah, see you later. Keep cool, keep hydrated.